Ratio calculations are when you use a ratio to work out a missing quantity. So for example, here we've got red and blue pens on the teacher's desk, and there's a ratio of 3 to 4. So for every 3 red pens, there are 4 blue pens. And if there's 42 red pens, how many blue pens are there? So I'm going to do a table, and I'm going to write R and B, just stand for red and blue. I'm going to write 3 here, because for every 3 red pens, there are 4 blue pens. Now, if you imagine, if we were to double both of those, we would have 6 red pens for 8 blue pens. Okay. Now, you could then work your way up and find 42. The best way of doing that, and just in doing it in one step, is write 42 here. And then what you want to do is you want to work out what number times by 3 gives you 42. And if you don't know that off the top of your head, or you're struggling to work that out mentally, then just do a division. Okay, so 3 into 4 doesn't go, 3 into 12 goes 4 times, so the answer is 14. So if I multiply 3 by 14, it's going to give me 42. Then what we've got to do is do the same on the other side. Okay, so it's 4, and I'm going to times 4 by 14, and that's going to tell me how many blue pens there are. And again, if you can't do it in your head, just lay it out in a column. So 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 4 is 1, plus 1 is 5. So it's 56. So if there are 42 red pens, then there's 56. And you could write that down as well. You could write 56 blue pens. Okay. Right, part B of this. So we're still sticking to the same ratio. So red to blue. And we're going to have 3 to 4. This time we want 84. So we did 42 and got 56. So this time we want 84. And we're trying to work out how many blue pens there are. So you could go straight from 3 to 84. Or you could notice that 42 double 42. And it gives you 84. And do the same thing here. So times 56 by 2. And that gives you 112. So this time there's 112 blue pens. So we've got the same ratio, 3 to 4. This time we're looking for 124 blue pens. So we're actually starting on the right hand side, but it works the exact same way. So you're looking for what number times 4 gives you 124. So do 124 and divide it by 4. So 4 into 1 doesn't go. 4 into 12 goes 3 times. 4 into 4 goes once. So you're times it by 31. So what you've then got to do is multiply 3 by 31. And that'll tell you how many red pens there are. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So it's 93. So there's 93 red pens. And then last one. We're looking at if there's 44 blue pens, how many red pens are there all together? So 44. You're looking for a number that times by 4 gives you 44. It's going to be 11. But you could again do a division if you couldn't work it out in your head. So you're going to multiply 3 by 11, which is 33. Where this one's a little bit different is that it wants how many they're all together. So you want to add that together. So 33 plus 44 equals 77. So there's 77 pens all together. Right, so second example of doing some ratio calculations. We've got Gary, Jenny and Alice share money in a ratio of 8 to 13 to 11. If Alice receives £73,150, how much are they going to make altogether? If you look at the ratio, Alice is specifically to do with the 11. Okay, so all this money has been split up into these parts. Like there's 8 parts, there's 13 parts, and there's 11 parts altogether. Okay, and Alice is getting 11 of them. So what you've got to do first is work out what one part is going to be worth. So those 11 parts together that I've circled are worth 73,150. So to work out what one part is, I do 73,150 and I divide it by 11. Okay, and that tells me what one part is worth. So if you do that in your calculator, you get 6,650. So each of those individual parts is worth 6,650. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to work out how much Gary makes. So Gary has got 8 parts. So he's going to have 6,650 multiplied by 8. Okay, which gives Gary a total of 53,200. Okay. Jenny has got 13 parts. So Jenny's going to have 6,650 times 13. Okay, which gives Jenny 86,450. That leaves us with Alice, but we already know what Alice is. It's 73,150. If you look at the ratio, what you'll notice is that Gary should have the least because Gary's the 8. Jenny should have the most because she's 13, and Alice is the 1 mil, so because she's got 11. So you can compare your answers for what you have so far with the ratio. And if I look, it does make sense. Like Jenny's got the most, and she's got 86,000. Gary's got the least. He's got 53,000. So the last thing we're going to work out is how much do they have altogether. So I'm going to add all of those numbers together to get a grand total. So add them all up, and it gives you 212,800. And then pound sign. Okay. Example 3. In a cafe, they stole 400 donuts, 240 croissants, 320 caramel slices, and 400 muffins. Firstly, write this in a ratio in its simplest form. So we've got 4 things. And I'm going to write it all out in a big ratio. So what I would suggest first is divide them all by 10. So 40, 24, 32, and 44, just by dividing them all by 10. Then divide them all by 2. So 20, 12, 16, 22. What you'll find is you can divide them all by 2 again. So you've got 10, 6, 8, and 11. So 10, sorry. And then it's not going to go any further after that. So that's the ratio in its simplest form. So it says if the ratio stays the same and they sell 200 donuts, how many muffins do they sell? Well, if you look at already what we have, we've got 400 donuts. Okay, and that meant they sold 440 muffins. Now, if the ratio's staying the same, if you do if you divide one side by something, you're going to have to divide the other by it. So to get to 200, I can divide that by 2. So just do the same with the muffins. So it's 220. So 220 muffins.